This game I'm showing you that I got for free for Epic Store is Deponia.
Huh? What is it now? Wasn't the game supposed to have started already?
Yeah, well, yes. But the junk press broke down, and we thought we'd use the time for a little tutorial.
Who thought that? I don't need no stinking tutorials.
So how are you going to fix the junk press?
Just watch me and learn.
Maybe you want to listen to what I have to say first?
But you don't have anything to say.
Oh, come on. It won't be long. Just point the cursor at me and left-click.
We'll see about that. Computer, talk to Wenzel.
You don't have to say that explicitly.
Who's talking to you?
Why, you are. You clicked on me.
Smarty pants. Just tell me what's wrong with the junk press. And stop wiggling your feet.
It's pressing only very gently now and doesn't really squish sufficiently.
Hey, every idiot can see that.
Well, why don't you present the tutorial then?
Okay, piece of cake. But first, I'll explain, how to look at an object.
I know that.
I see. And how?
I point my cursor at it and right-click when I see the eye icon.
Well, the theory is easy, but how about the actual practice?
Hey, this is your tutorial.
You're a cop-out, but be that as it may, I'll demonstrate. Do you see that little thingy on the floor over there? I will now use the tongue icon.
The eye icon.
Yeah, I will now click on it, thusly having a look at it. So you better watch closely.
I thought you wanted to have a look at that thing on the floor.
I can see it. It's lying there.
I mean, look more closely. You just point at it and right-click when the eye icon appears.
What's that?
It's a cathode plunger.
Thanks for the input, Wenzel, but I recognize a hydro clamp duplexer when I see one. Too bad I can only look at it. A duplexer like that could be useful.
You can pick it up. You just have to point your cursor at it so the hand icon appears. If you left-click now, you'll pick it up.
There has to be an easier way.
If you say so.
Okay, I've picked up the duplexer, but what am I supposed to do with it now?
You put it into your inventory. That's where all the items go. You've picked up that object. Now you can open your inventory by using your mouse wheel.
Hey, there it is!
Correct! This is your inventory.
Yeah, I knew that.
It's where you can see what you're carrying around. You still know how to do that, don't you? Well, have you started combining items yet?
I'm working on it.
Click on one of the two items with the hand icon to pick it up with your cursor. Then click on the other item to combine both.
I was just about to do that. Look, Wenzel, I'm almost done.
Impressive. And I mean that.
Look, Wenzel, I'm almost done.
Impressive. And I mean that.
Next, please! Next, please! Next, please! Next, please!
Alright, we'll just see how this goes.
Huh? What's this all about? Isn't that Ms. Hinkle's junk press?
No, that's the junk press from my trawler. You need to help me fix it.
Yeah, but it looks exactly like Ms. Hinkle's junk press from the tutorial in Part 1.
So what? Who's going to notice? Those who played Part 1 don't even need a tutorial.
Yeah, but I bet they're gonna play it through anyway, because they just can't get enough of me. Count me out. I'm definitely not gonna suffer through this whole tutorial thing again. I mean, it was stupid enough the first time around.
Ah, come on. A little repetition can't hurt.
Then how do you explain this blister? That is where I burned myself when I repeatedly put my hand on a hot stove.
You never learn, do you?
Au contraire, I have a nearly photographic memory.
Do you now? So, do you remember how to use the interface in order to talk to someone?
Yes, of course.
Go ahead. Talk to me. Just point the cursor at me, and left click as soon as the speech balloon icon appears.
No prompting! Talk to Bozo.
You don't have to say that aloud.
Hey, who's talking to you?
Hello there. You clicked on me.
Yeah, and I regret it already. But you see, there's nothing left here that you could teach me. You don't even know,
This banter shit is driving me up the wall.
how to look at an object.
But I already know that.
I see. And how?
I point at it with my mouse cursor and right-click when the eye icon appears.
Nonsense. That's not an eye. It's a ping pong ball.
With a pupil?
Yeah, it's loaded.
Why would they use a loaded ping pong ball as an icon for the action examine?
I'm about to demonstrate that using the small object lying on the ground over there by pointing the cursor at it and right-clicking as soon as the ping pong ball appears.
I'm holding my breath.
What banter?
They came out of nowhere. With their cruisers, plasma weapons, and mechanical beards. Organized. They took our village by force. They left nothing behind but tears and devastation. They were looking for gold and Elysium, the girl that fell from the sky. And only one person was prepared to save her. He woke her up, contacted her fiancé, and took her to the lower Ascension station, only to learn the shocking truth once he got there. Cletus, Gold's fiancé, wasn't acting out of love. He had an agreement with Ulysses, the mysterious leader of the Organon, and Argus, his right hand. They needed the Ascension codes, hidden away in Gold's brain implant, and they wanted to erase her memory. They wanted to make sure no Elysian would ever know that our world is inhabited. For their goal was terrible beyond imagination. They wanted to blow up our world. But they had failed to reckon with the One. He swapped the cartridges. And he restored Gold's memory so that she could bear the truth to Elysium. The name of this one man, this selfless hero, was Rufus. Dun, 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 dun. Bop, bop, bop.
That wasn't the whole story, was it?
That was the first part. I think it's going to be a trilogy.
Sounds a bit unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievably cool.
But if it really all happened like that, shouldn't I be on my way to Elysium with Cletus? So what are you doing here? Where is Cletus? Why am I unable to remember any of this? And forgive me for asking, but why is there a burning saw blade stuck in the side of the ship?
Oh, that. Oh, well, I was about to get to that part. So listen up. Da 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 dun 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 dun.
You're being pathetic again about accurate bacteria in the fridge. It's getting boring.
Trash. Trash. And more trash.
Isn't it adorable?
Yeah, sure. Hard to imagine I ever wanted to leave here.
Ah, Rufus. This is the lad I was telling you about.
What? Him? From what you told me, I had imagined a smart young man, not a filthy bum.
There's more to him than meets the eye. When I first met him, Rufus was still a... How shall I put this?
Just say it. I was a self-indulgent slob, but I'm steadily improving.
That's right. Right now, for example, he is helping Bozo to get the trawler shipshape.
So I am. I was gonna ask you whether I can borrow your hammer.
No problem. You can take it from my toolbox over there.
Thanks, Doc. You're the best.
I still don't know, really. Something just doesn't seem right about that boy.
But Grandma Utz, whatever are you talking about?
And so their volume is kind of weird. Because during cutscenes, the volume's a lot louder, driving me up the wall. And now it's a lot quieter, which is annoying too, because imagine if I had to set it up higher, and then all of a sudden the cutscenes would be even louder.
Didn't you tell me that he suffers from an exaggerated opinion of himself?
Those days are over. Rufus has learned a lot. He is much more careful than before.
Rufus seems like a brutal thug to me.
Rufus? Brutal? Never.
And it seems like this is a sequel, and like the first part was supposed to recap the first part of the game.
All I'm saying is that he seems very clumsy.
Your fears are completely groundless. Rufus has become very careful since his last adventure.
And if he has to use the toilet, then he can do that on the trawler.
Of course, Grandma.
It's just that I have hardly any water left.
He's just getting a hammer.
What if he suddenly blows a fuse?
Believe me, those days are over.
Did he even wash his hands?
Of course he did. Rufus is very clean.
That's good. I have a very limited supply of water.
Well, I can't find a hammer anymore. And I'm just gonna end here because the game's driving me nuts.